Good morning, friends. How is everyone doing this fine Monday morning? I am playing catch up here as usual. I was all ready to go to my Aquafit class, and I don't know why my brain thought today was Aquafit. Today is yoga. So I had to change into my yoga clothes versus my swim clothes, but that's taken care of. Now my printer is keeps saying it's jammed, but there's nothing in there. So I'm gonna have to take that thing apart when we're done here. I was actually printing what I'm gonna play with today. Good morning, by the way. Thank you for being here. I know Alicia is still live, but I can't really do my live much later because I do have to leave for my yoga class. Um, I have to prioritize my health, so that is what I am doing. In any case, I decided today we could play with some of the emergency card kit that Sarah Liz from Sassy's LLC had shared. If you got a ticket, well, the free ticket to the Stress-Free Card Making Summit. Now, the free ticket was only for the first 24 hours. If you want to go back and watch that again and get access to this, you will have to have the paid ticket. But never fear, she has, I think, something like 85 or 86 free printables. So she's got plenty. And then I think there's another one coming up in November. Yeah, in November, where she'll share a different kit. So, audio check. Can you hear me okay? I just want to make sure you can hear me okay because I didn't audio check. I was actually cleaning up my space from some crafty mess I made this weekend, and so I didn't really check my audio. Oh, good. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for letting me know. So, I don't have the link to this in the description box yet because I really, to be honest, wasn't sure what we were going to do today. I had thought about using more of the Spellbinders clubs, but I thought maybe you guys were getting tired of seeing that. So I decided to do this very last minute. And this is what I printed a few of the pages. Luckily, they printed before my printer jammed. So I printed this page that has these larger circle sentiments. And I'll get my circle die to cut these out in just a minute. And then I printed a few of the pages that had these digital papers. So like you can see this one you can cut out as an A2 panel portrait. This one you can cut either landscape or portrait. So if I cut it along here, then it's landscape. If I cut it this and turn it this way, it's portrait. So I did that with 3 different pages she had in there. And I think they're just gorgeous. Now she also has 2 sketches in there. So I'm going to be using this one of the sketches to make my card for today, or cards if I can get them done, but we'll see. We'll see just how much I get done. But let me get my circle dies. And this printer light is going to drive me bananas, but I'll figure it out. Okay, I just grabbed a bunch. I have like a piece of leftover melamine, which is what I use for my worktop, my desk. And I just put magnetic sheets on there, and I have a bunch of my dies on there, my nesting dies. And so what I do when I want to grab just 1 or 2 in particular is I use this little magnet, and I'll just grab the size I want, or if I use the other side to grab more. So that helps me, so I'm not like digging in there with my nails, because as you can see, my nails are a mess as of late. So I've not gone for a manicure. So let me see on here which die will best fit. This one's a little too small. That one should work. Let's see, this next one might be a little bigger. Oh, see, that one is the right, probably, no, not exactly, it's a little big. So I'll use this one. Yeah. It looks like this one, the circle's a little smaller, but it still fits with this die. Yeah. So I'll put these off to the side for now. And we'll start, I'll start by cutting up my sentiments. And I got to tell you guys, my granddaughter, God love her, the 2-year-old, got a hold of my favorite scissors, my little cutter bee scissors. And I couldn't find them. And it was either her or her brother. So the brother, my grandson's 4. And so I asked him, hey, baby, did you get grandma's yellow scissors? And he said, no, grandma. And if he would have gotten them, he would have told me. So then we asked the 2-year-old, hey, baby, did you get grandma's yellow scissors? And she said, yes. And I said, oh, where are they, baby? And she says, I don't know. And I was like, oh, baby. So I have turned my craft room upside down, everything that is at her level. The only place I haven't looked is in the backyard because they were playing in the backyard too. So I'll have to look out there. And but I was watching T live and I mentioned that, and she told me that there was a 4-pack of these scissors on Amazon. So I went in and got my 4-pack. So now I have backups for when my grandbabies come in and grab my stuff. All right. I just kind of cut them out of here so I can run them through my die cut machine. But now I have those, that's good. That'll work for now. Let me move this over. And I kind of cleaned up my craft room too. I started doing a lot of the cleaning yesterday, but there was still some left to be done. And so I need to get another plate. That one is so marred up. I have a new one. I don't know why I keep putting off grabbing it, but I do. Oh, look how pretty and clean. Don't you hate cutting into a brand new plate? I do. But, oh well. Such is the life of a crafter. Okay. So anyway, how was your weekend, friends? Mine was fun. I gotta say, I absolutely am so proud of my kids. My oldest had a really, really bad week at work. I'm talking bad. And, she would vent to her sisters and her brother. And, um, they support her as best they can. It'll be okay. We'll get through this. It'll be fine. And then on Friday night, welcome, Jeanette. Thank you for being here, friend. On Friday night, I get a text from my middle daughter, and she says, hey, Mom, she had a really rough week at work. What if we do something tomorrow to kind of cheer her up? And so I said, great, we'll do something at my house. We'll do lunch, and, we'll just kind of throw something together. And then my youngest daughter says, oh, Mom, can you make a sign that says, this? And I can't repeat what it said because it's language not fit for YouTube. And I was like, yeah, I can make that. And so we made our own decorations, and I text her Saturday morning and I said, hey, Dad and I would like to have you and the kids come over for lunch around 1:30. Can you make it? And she's like, yeah, we'll be there. And so she had no idea, and she walked in, and the house was, decorated with our fun banners and games we had ready and balloons. And she was I think that made it all better. So I was saying, I'm so proud of my kids because, kids, even as adults, can disagree on stuff, and, they get angry with each other and, are upset, and they won't talk to each other for a minute. And then to see that when push comes to shove, my kids are there for each other. They will back each other up 100%. And that does my heart good. It just, You know, I used to worry when they were much younger, you know, are they going to be okay when I'm no longer here? What are they going to do? But after seeing how they came together on Saturday, I'm not worried. They'll be fine. They will be there for each other. And hopefully that's not for a long time, but I just I'm so proud of them. Like I can't even. And I did tell them. I said, "Hey guys, I'm so very proud of you for being so good to each other and so supportive of each other." And the funny thing is, I know this is passed on to my grandkids because my grandchildren are the same with each other. They can, because my grandkids, they're cousins, but you would think they were siblings because they fight like siblings. Sometimes, you know, they argue about silly things. But again, with them, push comes to shove. If somebody is hurting one of them, they are all there to back that person up. So I gotta love them. I am so proud of them. Your weekend was relaxing. Favorite football team is on a bye this week, so you did a lot of crafting. Oh, fun. Yeah, I know there's sports on here all the time of some sort or another, which is fine. You know, I'll tell my husband when he's watching a game that I don't particularly want to watch. Okay, I'll be back. I'm going to go in my craft room and play. And he gets it. He's like, okay. And he'll come in here sometimes, you know, and say, hey, you don't want to sit in the living room with me for a little while? And I know that means he's feeling neglected. So I go back out there and sit and watch the game for a little while. All right. I'm going to cut this one out. And again, I have to leave at 9:45 to get to my yoga class. So I am cutting my lives a little short this month. In November, I might start a little earlier, maybe 8:30-ish. Well, November is next week already, huh? Whoosh. This year is going by fast. But we'll see. I didn't want to start at 8:30 because I know Alicia's having her Craft-A-Ween series live. So want everybody to be able to watch that and enter to win one of her fabulous prizes. Okay, so those are cut now. Move this out of the way and into the trash because I vacuumed my carpet. Okay, so that's my die cutting. Hopefully that's it for this morning. Here are my, see how pretty they cut out? So it just says, have a holly jolly Christmas. This one is Merry Everything. And this one is Joyful Wishes this holiday season. So it looks really cute. Okay. Let me move these aside and trim out my digital papers. In fact, I think I'm going to start with that more striped one because we may only be able to get one card done today. Oh, a little bit more. And I know Sarah Liz does make these slightly bigger than A2 just so you can have a little wiggle room with trimming, I think. Or are they right at A4? They might be right at A4. But I'm going to trim this down because I want it to be 4 by 5 1/4. Right? Maybe not. Let me trim this. I haven't looked at the sketch. I need to look at that sketch. Alrighty. Okay, so I'll start with this one. I'll set this other one aside. Let me grab my sketch and see what I'm going to do. So to make our base, we need a 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. Okay. And then, what did I do with my scoreboard? I have my little mini one that I usually have here. Oh, but I was using it for my Christmas projects. Okay, there it is. Okay, so that says score out 1. This can be kind of a, she calls it a pillar pop-up fold. So we'll see how well I do on this. Okay. And then, okay. So I'm going to fold along those score lines. And I love every time Sarah Liz comes out with a new kit, you know, digital paper, sentiments, digital images. I'm just like gaga over all of them. I have all of them. As soon as she comes out with one, I go and I download it. And I'm actually a member on her Patreon. So I'll be sure to link to Sarah Liz's channel, to her Patreon, to this summit in case you want to go back and get a paid ticket so you can download this one. Or you can wait for the next one. And I think that one is in November. And I'll try and find a link for that one as well. Okay. So we're going to, it says open the card base. I'm trying to read directions. So give me 1 second as I read. You're the sports nut. I love baseball. I'm with my husband. I love baseball. And you know, we have our San Diego Padres, which unfortunately didn't make it this year. So not to the World Series anyway. Football, I can take relief. It's not like always something I want to do. Okay, let me get back to reading my directions. I'm so confused. I'm so bad at reading directions. Okay, this is the front, right? This is the back. Huh. Hold on a second, score line. No, I'm doing something wrong. Well, I'm going to use my tape runner in case I have to change something because I'm probably doing something wrong. Did I score it wrong? No, I scored it right. 1 to the left side. Fold on the second score line. Oh, okay. I see. I can fold it this way. And then I can add glue here. I'll figure this out eventually. Okay. And then we're going to fold this way. And then, oh, I see. So it'll fold kind of like a, if you look at it this way, kind of like a step, right? I think I should probably get my bone folder and reinforce these crease lines. How are we doing on time, guys? Okay. And then I'll fold here. Okay, right? I think. Add. Oh, okay. So this piece, you actually need it to be a 2-inch piece. She had another page on there that had the strips, but I didn't print that. And right now my printer is not behaving. So if I do a 2-inch strip here, let's do that. Let's do that. 2. And I could have it go from top to bottom. I might have it go from top to bottom. Yeah. So I'll add that one there. And my husband's hilarious, guys. So he'll be 62 next year. And, you know, he stresses about retirement. Are we going to make it? Is it going to be okay? And I keep telling him, we'll be fine. And finally this morning, he, I guess he crunched the numbers and he's like, I can retire at 62. We'll be fine. And I said, oh my goodness, 919. That's what I have. I have 920. So he's hilarious. He makes me laugh so much. Now, the next step is, oh, but I glued it. So I wanted to leave a little bit. It did say to leave a little bit of a margin because that way you can tuck this under. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So this should be a 2-inch strip as well. So then this, if I tuck it under, I'm gonna take it off, guys. So I would say that when you're making this, put your 2-inch strip on your larger flap first before you fold it over. At least if you're like me and you don't follow directions well. Okay, so then I'm gonna leave white showing here. Let that tuck under there. Then I can fold it back over. And I will trim this off here. I was going to use my paper trimmer, but because of the funky fold, I don't think I can. Okay. Okie dokie. There's that. And then it's just putting on your circle. And I think I want to put a matte layer, probably in black, because I want to bring out the black of that. Yeah. Okay. Let me cut out. I can grab some black cardstock. Ouch. Black, black, black. Where are you? Okay. So I'll trim this one. And I could use a scallop circle, but I kind of like the finish of just a plain circle right now. See if I can get 2 out of this. We'll see. All right, let's get that done. Okay, so see if I can fit another circle there. I can. I'll cut another black circle because I think we'll have time to do one more card. I think. Okay. Get that out of my way. All right, so let's finish this one, then we'll work on the next one. So for this one, see, I'm going to do that. Now, should I do the pink or the purpley? Joyful wishes, merry everything. Merry everything. No, I like joyful wishes. I like the little gifts on there. And I love that this has like this gold kind of highlights on this paper. Okay, so then we put the circle here. So let's add our sentiment onto our matte layer here. I could have used gold too, huh? Darn it. Well, I'm not going to change it. I already did black. So this is where my sentiment's going to go. So I'm going to just put the tape runner right on this section instead of my circle. And when it's folded flat like this, you're good. And then it kind of pops up there. Oh, that's kind of cute. I could add more pattern paper in here. You know what you can put in here? I bet a chocolate bar would fit in there. Right? I bet a chocolate bar would fit in. I don't have any chocolate bars around the house. But like a Hershey's with almonds, because it's narrower than the regular Hershey's, that would fit in there. And then I could add pattern paper like to these edges. Maybe I'll do that on my next one. Let's try one more. Okay. Let's see if I can follow directions this time. Okay. Okay. Whoops. I'm just throwing things everywhere today. Okay, 1 inch, 1.5, 375, and 4. Okay. Then I'll just fold these and burnish those score lines real good. Welcome, Blossom. How are you, my friend? I'm not really touching my computer and looking at the chat like I should be, but I want to get this done before I have to run out the door. Because I'm going to tell you that yoga class fills up. Even if, so I reserve my spot, but it still fills up. It's like craziness. I think I'm going to use this one. Come on. And I need 2 2-inch pieces. So pin that down. And 5.5. Okay. Then I think what I'm going to do is see if I have some scraps of gold cardstock. Let me see. I have this one. Yeah, I think I might use that. So this is, how much is this? 1/2 inch. So I need slightly less than 1/2 inch. So let me cut this at 5.5. So I will save that later. And then 1/2 inch. Slightly less than 1/2 inch. No, let me cut this at 4.25. That way I can go backwards. Sorry, out of camera. Sorry, guys. Not focused. Okay, so slightly less than 1/2 inch. 4.25. Okay. Let's see if that works. We'll put it together. Now, when I fold it, it's going to be like this. So I do want this piece at 2 inches. That piece at 2 inches. So then this one will go here. Up, look, my card is a little more than 5.5. It's because it's that Michael's cardstock that is never exactly 8.5 by 11. Never ever. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put my tape runner for my little gold strips directly on the card base. Center this. There we go. And center this one. And then we will add our patterned paper. And then I'll kind of put the mechanism of that fun fold together. So this is going to go like this, which means this is going here. Oh, wait, let me see, because I want the pattern to kind of follow each other, to like continue from the popped up section down to this section. I mean, it doesn't have to, but I kind of want that to happen. Time is it? Oh, I still have 15 minutes, guys. I'm good. I'm good. And then here to there. See, and then we have that gold there. So when it folds flat, eventually, when I put this together, you'll see that gold strip. Okay, let me add my adhesive here. And just fold it flat and then fold this over. Right? Somehow I think I did it wrong. No, no, no. That's wrong. Fold it. Oh, I needed to have it folded there. Okay, good thing that's on the inside and I won't see it. That's better. No, that's still not right. What did I do wrong? Fold it here. Yeah, fold it here. Now? Oh, that's better. See, fun folds. My nemesis. I never get them right. Okay. Then I think I am going to try and cut that circle out of the gold on this one. I'll make sure it's the right size. Yes. And my plates. All right. That one out. So now I have to start planning, guys, Thanksgiving lunch, because we do lunch at my house. That way my kids can go to their in-laws without stressing about whose house to go to. I never want that to be a stressor for my kids. So I've always, since my kids were adults and had their, I'll use the pink. I'll use the same sentiment I used in the last one. But since they've become adults and, married and kids, I do Thanksgiving at lunchtime. Oh, how pretty with the gold. At lunchtime. So we do it at noon and then we have lunch and that way they can rest, relax, go home, and then still be hungry enough to enjoy dinner at their in-laws. So I've got to start getting all my stuff together for Thanksgiving. And I already know what I'm going to make. I started, was it last year or year before? I saved it on my computer. I have my little menu of what we're going to eat and I have my schedule. So I'll put, like I start early since we're eating at noon. So at 5, I may be putting ham in the oven, or whatever. But I have my schedule of what goes in the oven or on the stove or in the crock pot or instant pot, whatever it is, at what time, so that everything's done and ready to go by the time everyone gets here for a noon Thanksgiving lunch. Oh, those turned out so pretty. I love that fold. She always comes up with such great ideas. Okay, so, right? Did I do that the right way? I'm gonna have to go look at hers and figure out, but I think I did. I think so. So, which one do you guys like better? The one with the black mat or the gold? I can tell you which one I like better. Let me see this other paper. 1 second. How are we doing on time? Well, I probably should get wrapping things up because if I start another one, we definitely won't. I won't be out of here on time. For sure. Okay. So I used that one for that card, that one for that card, but I used it this direction. And then I still have this one I can use, plus all the other ones. And that's the other thing about digital stuff. Like, let's say you have a favorite one. I might say this one is my favorite. I can print 100 of these if I need and print 100 of these pages, whatever you need. And if you're, I want to say it's the top tier of her Patreon, the sentiments are editable. I think you can, as far as you can resize them. So that's a benefit. Like, so let's say you get a sheet with 3-inch circles, but you want it to be a 4-inch circle, or you get the sheet with a I think it's 1 3/4 inch circle, and you want it to be a 2.5 inch circle. You can resize those, or even the rectangle ones that she has, you can resize those to bigger rectangles or smaller. Really, really cute. Love it. All right, guys, I am going to wrap it up only because I've got to get myself to that yoga class in time. Next week, I'll probably come on here with Color Cube. Oh, Color Cube. Have you guys seen? There's new Color Cubes. So it's what's her name? Renee Clark. I saw a video. She came out with an updated Color Cube, and so now there are 4 cubes, and plus her digital version, which has all kinds of like fun extras to it. Being able to match up your different inks or coloring mediums to the colors on there. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I can justify. You can buy each box individually. Like I can buy box 3 and 4, but she did change boxes 1 and 2. So they're not exactly the same. She moved some of the cards from those boxes to box 3 and 4, and she included new cards in box 1 and 2. Do I really need all 4? Do I really need the updated one? No. But do I really want it? Yes. And my anniversary and my birthday are right before Christmas, so I can easily justify it to my husband and say, hey, you want to get me something nice for our anniversary and for my birthday? This is what I want. So I might just do that. I don't know. We'll see. I have to think about it. I don't like to make big purchases just quickly. I think about it. I mull it over, the pros and cons. What would I do with my old color cubes? Would I keep them? Would I sell them? Would I give them away? You know, all those questions. But I am thinking about it. She, like, I think what sold me so much was not the color cubes themselves, which I guess now the boxes are made out of wood, but the digital portion, the different options she has in her digital portion of the new color cubes. So I'll see if I can find that video and link it too. Now I won't put any of the links till I come back from yoga, because like I said, I got to race out the door to get to class in time. But I'll come back and I'll put the links for let me see, write them down so I don't forget. And see, my granddaughter got a hold of my little notebook with a Sharpie. Okay, so we want to the front. Oh my goodness, I had notes on here. Okay, see, she got my notebook. So we need the link to Sassy's LLC, to the fall summit, to the November summit that she's doing. I don't remember the name of it. To the color cube video. Did I say anything else I was going to link to, friends? Let me know before I head out. Did I miss anything? I think those were it. Oh, to her Patreon. So her YouTube and her Patreon. And I think that was it, if I remember correctly. Fall Summit, November Summit, color cube video. I think that's it, right? Hopefully that's it. Okay, I will put those links when I get back from yoga. Yoga is an hour long, and then by the time I shower and get dressed and get home, probably won't be till after 12 or 1. I'm going to want to eat lunch by then too. You know, life gets in the way, but I will link it. And then next week, we'll play with my current color cubes and see what card we can pull out. And then maybe by then I'll have decided whether or not I'm going to get the new ones. All right, friends, thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you in each and every way possible, and have a great week. See you next week. Bye.